All right, I just wanted to start this video out saying we are back. We are back. It's been a while since I had an upload, but just trying to find my niche and trying to see where I wanted to go with these videos and just about to make that real push. We about to start uploading much more frequently, different content, more structured podcasts, and along with the lives and more structured videos like the one I'm doing today. So the today's video is the LaMelo Ball and Cade Cunningham episodes. I just wanted to go through. I've been watching them, been really analyzing games that I can find of them. Watching them on League Pass or ESPN. K's been on ESPN a bunch of times, watching all our highlights. And then I did some film analysis today. I watched all of LaMelo's shots for his last like 8 games, watched all his assists, then watched some other things. Shout out to NBA.com for allowing you to go in specific game logs and watch specific stats at a time. So, like, if you want, you can go just watch field goals for a person, or you can watch steals, or assists, or rebounds, just those things to just, like, help you analyze things more on a deeper level and, like, cut out what you need and not have to worry about watching full games or watching the bullshit highlights that people put up where they only show the good things. You can watch everything and see everything. So, LaMelo Ball. I had 3 categories that I wanted to analyze with. If y'all have anything y'all want to add to these, if y'all feel like any of these are wrong or anything, just let me know in the comments. I love to read the comments. I love to debate. Also, y'all can hit me up on Twitter, saying Ted. I'm always debating on there with my friends and everything. Boxing and basketball for sure. Football too. But so better than advertise, as advertised, are ways to improve one of the 3 categories that I put certain topics in, and just the things that I noticed that like big things about them. So I'm gonna go through each category one by one, go through each statistic or like attribute one by one, and just talk a little bit about it. So better than advertised, LaMelo, his shooting. Um, I watched a lot of the highlights, and I also watched a couple games of when he was in the Australian League, and then I knew about him growing up, of course. Watch some of Chino Hill's games, and watch some of his games when he was in Inspire, because the Inspire is actually by where I'm from. So just wanted to get a good like he's been like a publicized athlete for a long time since he was probably 13 years old. So and doing that and watching those games and knowing who he was, his shooting has always been like a question mark. He has a weird, funky shot. It used to go in more often than it did like toward the later half of his high school, his prep career, I would say. Um, and it's interesting, like coming into the NBA, we did not know if he was going to be like just ready. Like he like if his shot was gonna be ready, if it was gonna be consistent or anything. Like watching there's a good guy on here, I think his name is NBA Draft Junkies, like just watching some of his videos about the consistency and with how LaMelo shot his shot and what his legs did after and if the ball went in or not. Like just based upon those things, it just showed like he had a long way to go. But in the NBA, like his shot has been perfectly fine. He makes much more than I thought he would. Free throw shooting is incredible, but I'll get to that later. Uh, but the actual shot, when he's on balance, it's a really good shot. Like it has great arc, great accuracy, and he's just a great. He's going to be a great shooter. Much further along than anybody could expect it from him. Um, yeah. Second thing that's better than advertised is his handle. So like watching him growing up, he was such a laissez faire, like no care attitude. Like you wouldn't even know that like he had this type of handle and he's able to do like just so many different dribble moves. And we seen this in the Australian League when he went over there. His dribble moves are incredible. He doesn't have to hold on to the ball for long to get his moves off. He can get up and downhill real fast, but he also has that side to side wiggle as well, which is honestly been able to like it was just show like how well he's played. Um, like help them play as well as he has. Because if he didn't have the handle, like Lonzo doesn't have this handle. Lonzo is a high dribbler, doesn't have the shake, and you can see it when he's trying to run pick and rolls and everything. But we will also get to the pick and roll side of this in a little bit. But yeah, his handle has been incredible. Fast break, half court, all over the court. He's able to get to where he wants to go with little resistance as well. Like even if they try to put a little guard on him, try to speed him up, it doesn't work. His handle is real good. Next thing that's better than advertised is his off-ball defense. Of course, in his prep career, we see him just pretty much not care about the defensive side of the ball. Um, he would have terrible effort, wouldn't care, would leak out before plays were even like getting finished and all that. So it was a question mark of how much he actually cared about basketball and how much he would like come into a game and be ready to like affect it on the defensive end. But he's been pretty good off with his off-ball defense. He's in passing lanes. He will break up actions if he sees like a pick and roll and the drive man is passing it to the roller. He will come over and affect that play before, of course, before he goes up for the shot because he's not going to like test at the rim. But like he's better at helping than we realize, and his hands are much quicker. So he's able to get into passing lanes with his hands and his long arms and get steals and everything. And the piggyback on this off-ball defense is his rebounding is better than advertising as well. He's been a great rebounder. He can rebound in traffic. It's not just like, oh, I just get a lot of rebounds because I'm actively trying to get every rebound like a Russell Westbrook, but he's actually like one of them getting tough contested rebounds. And in turn, that helps the offense flow as well because now he's pushing the ball, he's hitting guys ahead, and his rebounding is like a big thing for his impact on the game so far. His pick and roll play, like we said about his handle, is better than advertised. He's able to snake around the pick and roll. He's able to manipulate the defense with his pick and rolls. And his passing, of course, can shine in the pick and roll. He's able to get that little fake, like he's going to shoot and then throw an alley-oop on the pick and roll. He's able to shoot off the dribble on the pick and roll. He has that nice little floater in the lane when he's doing pick and roll. So if the big sags all the way back, he can just shoot the floater over his head. And I just think like that's been the biggest difference between him and Lonzo. Like his being able to play in the half court with the ball is just such a big difference. Also better than advertised is his effect on teammates. Like in the league, he's had guys like Miles Bridges, P.J. Washington, even Biyombo look much better than they have in the past. And that's because he's able to take pressure off of them by being able to run the offense, run down, use transition, get these guys the ball, and that ball has energy, and his the way he plays has energy. So it's getting them to like pass, see the extra passes, make quick decisions with the ball, and help it flow the offense much better. So just his effect on his teammates has been like really pronounced. Like some of these guys, like Miles Bridges was looked at as an afterthought, and now he's like a competent NBA rotation player because of LaMelo Ball's ability to use him almost as like a power forward in a sense. Like he's the play finisher, which he's really good at. He's really explosive and everything. And yeah, that's one of the other things that's better as advertised. Last thing I wanted to say that's better than advertised is his speed. Like we always thought Lonzo is the more athletic brother, but LaMelo is just as fast as Lonzo. Like he's getting up and down the court extremely fast, and especially like on pick and rolls, you see this as well. When he gets switched onto a big, he's able to blow past them like they're not even there. Especially if the spacing is right, he just able to just blow past with ease, pretty much ease. So those are the things that I had that were better than advertised while watching his games, watching him, etc. As advertised, passing, of course, he's a generational talent as a passer. Like he's one of the best passers I've ever seen, and he's 19 years old. So he has every pass in the book. The cross court hit passes with left or right hand. He has the full court pass like an alley oop. He can throw alley oop from full court. He can throw the hit ahead pass. He's always looking forward to see if he can give the pass. Like he's basically turned Terry Rozier's career back around to being a great player because he hits him in the right spots. Um, his pick and roll passing is even better than advertised because like he's able to when he gets in a pick and roll, he's able to see everything, but he's also able to handle the ball and not have to worry about and he's able to like put pressure on the defense and that just opens up more lanes and everything. So yeah, passing as advertised, generational talent. Free throw shooting. He's been he's just a great free throw shooter, which is why people thought that like he shouldn't have a problem with adjusting to shooting in the NBA. Like his free throw shooting has always been well, and it's again another bright spot of his. Like when he goes to the free throw line, he's a good free throw shooter. The 80% free throw shooter at 19. Like a lot of kids are not. They don't have the focus. They don't have the touch, and that's leads us into the next thing, which is his floater. Uh, he has great touch on it. He can get it off in many different ways. He's 6'7", so it's a much higher release floater, and it's just a shot that is going to bother bigs, and it's going to help him because he can get all the way to the rim, but he also has that in between game that again his brother doesn't have. If we want to keep comparing him to his brother, just in the ways that he's better. And then I had last thing was ways to improve. His shot selection is still not great, especially from 3-point line. I think his percentage is going to go way up once he eliminates some of the bad shots that he takes. Especially in these last couple games, he takes about three or four, no, about two or three bad 3-pointers a game. Even though he only taking 5.3 3-pointers a game right now, it just like his 3-point shot has it seemed like it's ramped up and he's been taking a little bit more bad shots. So they need to probably rein that in. He can be much better on ball defense. As I said, he has the tools. You can see it on off ball defense. He just needs to focus and like maybe get a little bit stronger in a lower body to actually be able to sit in the stands more and be a better on ball defender. His finishing at the rim could definitely use some work. He's been better as of late, but he still can use some work of when to shoot it, when to not, and getting more craft and just getting more of the angles and everything. That usually comes, though. Rookie point guards is pretty rare that they are good at finishing at the rim. Only a couple. And his turnovers, he is a high turnover player. That's gonna once he knows like what passes he can and cannot make, that'll start to come down as well. Those are type things that you just get better with time. So that's all I have on LaMelo. And now to our next player, Cade Cunningham. He is in college at Oklahoma State. I didn't have as much, like I haven't watched, of course, as much as LaMelo, but I watched a couple of about 4 or 5 games of his, and watched some, of course, bunch of highlights and things of that nature. Better than advertised in high school because I've been following him pretty much since he did the under 19 tournament with a stacked roster, and I think he was by far the best player on that team. Better than advertised, his shooting has definitely been better than advertised. He's been a knockdown shooter. He's been almost a 40% shooter from three. Good free throw, decent free throw shooter. But like his 3-point shooting, his mid-range shooting, he has a great pull-up from the elbow. He can shoot from all over the 3-point line, and he just has great touch on his shot. His rebounding, he is much bigger than like even like seeing him in high school against bigger, like smaller guys, he just stands out as how big he is. He's probably about, he feels like he's bigger than Luka Doncic, if not his size, and much better shape as well. So like, it just seeing him in that, like you can just see like he's a legitimate forward size player. And his rebounding shows that like he's able to get down there and rebound over bigs, box out, carve out space, get offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. The next thing that's better than advertised is this 3-level scoring. Post game, mid range, 3-point. He can score on all levels. He may not be the most explosive athlete, but in a way, his offense is kind of like Devin Booker, but like I Devin Booker was not this good at that age. He was a better shooter, but he wasn't this good at three levels at that age. So like he's a tremendous scorer on three levels. When of course when he's aggressive and everything, as seen by his last game where he dropped 40 points with pretty much ease. Like it didn't even look like it was a 40-point game. And then his off ball and on ball defense has been much, much, much better than advertised. Like of course, he was seen as a plus defender in high school, but like this has been incredible. Like I was watching games where he has made like some great, great, great off ball plays at the rim and getting steals and everything. And when he wants to lock up, he can lock up your average wing, your wing players. Uh, Really well, and that's just going to go a long way for him in the NBA. Like he he's one of the most complete prospects I think I've ever like seen, especially like in the college level. Like for him to be doing all this, his recognition is great, IQ is great, and he's able to actually stay in front of guys at elite level. As advertised, his control of the pace. In that way, he's like a Brandon Roy, Kyrie Irving type of player where he can slow the pace down in college and actually like get whenever he wants to like go to like a half court offense, he can. When he wants to speed it up, he can. And that's just like one of the things I look for in my guards at the level. Because if you can't control the college game, then it's going to be harder for you to transition over to the NBA and control it. His passing, of course, he's a great, great, great passer. Not a LaMelo Ball type of passer, but he's probably like like a level or two below that. But he can make every pass again. Uh, he will get in trouble with some of the passes that he makes, but he's a really, really good passer. And then his pick and roll manipulation, he's not the fastest guy, but he has a good handle and he's able to like manipulate, get alley oops towards teammates, get that hit shooters for passes and everything. So he's a really really good in pick and roll. And his ways to improve, I just think he needs to get better with like trying different passes and being more conscious of passes that he can make. His athleticism, he's a good athlete, not a great athlete. So if he could just like get like maybe 5% better on the athleticism tip, then he'll be like even more unstoppable. And I think he needs to figure out when better spots to be more aggressive. I think he should come into games more so trying to score and then let that open up his passing. I think he can do it. Like I think if he wanted to be more aggressive, he could. But he's like one of these players that wants to like get his player teammates and stuff involved. And I think the coach may need to like break that down because he's going to get his teammates involved even without him trying to. Like even if he doesn't come in with that mentality. So I would say his aggressiveness is something to work on. But that is all I have for this video. My next video, I think I'm gonna do a Cavs-based video on Okoro and Sexton. But until next time, I'm out. Hit me, like I said, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up in the comments box. Just let me know what y'all think, and we'll also be doing a bigger LaMelo Ball episode, like me and a couple of my friends, because this is like a big, big, big debate in our group chat and everything. So I'm out.